fans, welcome back everyone, welcome back to another week, another edition of the Sparkling Tuna Cup. I almost said ESL of Asia. Sparkling Tuna Cup number 40, the final Sparkling Tuna Cup of the year. Oh, it is good to be back once again. Again, our bi-weekly event open to all regions, open to all races, open to all leagues. It has been quite some time. Last time, of course, we were live with the SC2 Community Open Cup, so now we're back with our final Tuna Cup of 2023. It's been a long year. Been 40 editions of this event, and now we are back. We are here in the top left-hand corner of Hardlead. We have the red Protoss player representing CSO Esports, the Ukrainian Protoss. It is Rostok. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player representing the Platinum Heroes. Going for, I believe, yeah, pull first. It is Eva from the land of the UK. Here we go. But yeah, it's good to be back. Good to be back here with the Sparkling Tuna Cup once again, for the last time of the year. We've said it before, but we do plan on making a couple of adjustments leading into 2024 when it comes to our own events. So stay tuned for those announcements for what is to come. Oh my god, as we do go for a pull first into a hatchery across the map, a proxy hatch at that. Immediately we do see a second gateway being thrown down, Cybercore as well. Rostok is going to be delaying his expansion here and taking this very seriously. Lings are on the way, bearing in mind that this hatchery is a little bit delayed, more later than usual, and the Lings are going to be spotted by this probe. So we know that we're in a little bit of danger here, as Lings should be zooming across the map. And their goal, to try and knock down this wall. This pylon looking a little bit vulnerable. A Zealot is already out. We don't have a second Zealot on the way, which is a little bit concerning. Nexus is thrown down, and again, those things are on the way. Zealot, yeah, we have to pull off of that hatchery, which means we're going to have this hatchery finishing. It looks like we should have enough DPS or should have enough HP here to survive, to get this up and running. Shield battery is on the way. The Lings, they are soon to arrive, but it looks like we have spotted the shield battery, and the Lings, they back the hell off. Oh, hello, Mr. Tuna. Mr. Dongwon, if you will. Adept has arrived, which means it looks like we should be canceling the space. With the Lings turning back around, we shouldn't be committing here to this hatchery as... Oh, never mind. We're going to allow it to finish, and Lings are in production. So I'm a little bit perplexed, just because I would have assumed that these Lings here would have joined up with the Lings being morphed into the natural base, and we would have tried to like focus on the shield battery or try to break through in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, last EVA, he is still making Lings, yes, but more to be annoying and scouting, and yeah, unfortunately not going to be able to delay that expansion for too much longer. A little bit misplaced, wasn't quite able to pull that off, as the Lings are going to be hunted down. They're going to try and get a scout off, and do we get into the main? We do! Barely do slip into the main base. We got eyes on the Stargate pull up here by Rostok, and Eva. He's going to have to try and deal with this. Not just deal with this, but also try and minimize losses back at home. Queens are on the way. We have 2 queens, 1 in each base for the time being. Hatchery taking a lot of damage already. If we could do the queen does spread creep though, I mean, okay, so theorizing a little bit here, what we can do in this position, because we do have creep available and it is slowly being spread, the queen did go down, we can actually spread creep to make it so that we actually can't throw down any more shield batteries here at the natural. So we could try to commit to an all-in, like Lings are on the way, but we're droning alongside it, no roach warren, so yeah, a little bit of mixed signals here. As another queen is made, and this queen should be shut down. We try to throw down a tumor, but it should be focused down as well. Up! Oh my god, this queen is going to be stuck for a moment. And can we focus it down? Up! We should be able to. Yeah, we do get the tumor. In the end. What am I watching? What am I watching right now? As the creep is being cleaned up, and yeah, I mean, I guess the Oracle was forced to spend its energy back at home for the revelation. This hatchery is going to go down, and Eva back at home is going to be droning. Hold on, I need to... I'm just taking a sip. Just trying to let it all sink in, Bobby. Hatchery goes down. These broodlings, they won't be able to achieve too much. Okay, so like, I'm just so confused as to the purpose of this build. Again, the proxy hatchery didn't really achieve too much. Didn't force the workers off the mineral line because it wasn't really blocking the base. And we clean up the creep, and I think Rostok is just ahead. He's like, I think he's just is looking pretty here on 2-base saturation. We have a third on the way at the same time as a third of the Zerg player, which is something you never want to see. Lings have arrived, but we have 3 adepts. Like, these Lings, they aren't going to be able to achieve too much. Rostok is looking to be in a pretty good position. He's looking fine here. Behind this, we have a follow-up. It's going to be a Twilight Council on a 4. Should be +1 and Blink. Checking the vision of Eva as with the Oracles. They get into the middle line. No Spore, by the way. Eva cutting some corners. It's going to be 6 dead workers here at the natural base. And he did see the follow-up tech. So Eva, he's aware of what comes next, which again should be Blink. And Eva should soon be committing into a Roach Warren. No, never mind. That's going to be an Eva chamber. So potentially Eva may try to go Ling Hydra instead, which wouldn't be a bad option, all things considered. Meanwhile, the Adepts, they make their way across the map. They're going to be threatening a shade. They do commit into the natural. Oh, they get in. Decent target firing. 1 drone goes down. Ling's going to try to keep up, and we'll shut down both of these Adepts at least. But the Oracles are not done. There's still no Spore. Still no Spore Crawler. 4 more drones go down at the third. Ay, ay, ay. I'm afraid to look at how many have fallen in total. 10. Okay, it could have been worse. 10 workers going down so far. What's scary is that the Oracles are still up and running. That's the scary thing. We can always go back in for even more damage. Behind this, we're going for our transition into Blink at the +1. And we have our next tech of choice. It is going to be Colossus. Colossus production on the horizon here for Rostok. There's the second road, but it's also a very tech-heavy style. With this Blink timing, we can maybe push out. We do have a decent amount of gateways, 6 gates in total. We could try to be a little bit assertive. Outside of that, we should be just focusing on saturation. As the Oracles, they find a couple more transferring workers. That's going to be 4 dead drones here. Ay, ay, ay. 4 more dead workers at the third. It's going to be 14 in total. Things, they do threaten a counterattack. They go for a surround, but we have good force fields. Very nicely done here by Rostok. Shield battery a little bit out of range. The sentries are going to be going down here. We are out of range of the overcharge. Another Stalker did fall. But was that really worth it? That was 1 Stalker and 1 sentry for a big chunk of Lings. And we're still not done. The Spore is still not here. No, like, there we go. Now we have a Spore on the way at the 4th base. Despite that, too late, we wreak havoc here. We get how many more drones? 5 more. 21, 19. Not quite 21. Ay, ay, ay. And from here, we can hit a double Colossus timing. So usually you want to wait for 4 Colossi, but because of how much damage we've dealt, because of how heavily Eva has to resaturate his bases, as the Lings are going for a bit of a counterattack, and we should be able to cancel. We cancel that 4th base. Do cancel that 4th. We get a kill in the pylon as well. As again, because of so much damage being done, I think we could maybe even push out with these first 2 Colossi instead of waiting for the 3rd and 4th. We'll see. We'll see how Rostok does approach this. As he's going to be moving on the right-hand side. Again, behind this, Eva still hyper-committed to mass Ling and not really investing too heavily into anything else. No Roaches, no Hydras, just pure Ling. Now, this usually leads into Ling Ultra, and a Hive is on the way. Eva been able to join up to 77, going for a big surround. Oh, Sage Trap will not finish. And a massive catch here, pushing out without any Colossi. Oh, and so many Stalkers go down. I was expecting we would push out with 2 Colossi. We pushed out with 0. And just like that, Rostok gets punished so hard. How many workers just went down? How many Stalkers just went down? 11 Stalkers. Half the Stalker count, and now this army is that much less threatening. Get Mass Ling Bane on the way. There's that Ultra Cavern, as we spoke about earlier. Yeah, this is just Ling Bane into Ultra. Stalkers are once again almost getting caught out. And Rostok, he did just lose a lot of momentum. Like, that was a big blow to his army. Now he has to back off, rebuild, resaturate. Gonna try to pick off a couple of queens here and there, but the Lings are here to punish that, to force that back. Now, by the time we get the 3rd and 4th Colossus out, what do we have to work with? Still just Ling Bane, Ultra Cavern. Even if it finishes, we still have to wait for upgrades. We have to wait for Kindness Plating and Ultra Speed. The Ultras themselves take quite some time to make, to produce. So Rostok still has a window. He still has a window where he can make something happen here. Still waiting for that fourth Colossus. There we go. We are pushing. Trying to, at least. Again, still chilling back at home with these Colossi. We're going to be taking up into Archons and Chargelots. Biweekly counterattack. Is going to get caught by a stasis. The Colossi are in position. Very much so. It's like we can maybe catch a couple of these cannons. Cannons are being picked up before it's a recall. Oh my god. Right out of position. 10 workers go down in the blink of an eye. That's a lot of damage being dealt. 10 workers lings. Once again, they hit that center base. Eba trying to pull apart Rostok. Eba has maxed out. The Ultras, they've arrived. Vipers are on the way. That's a good way to shut down these Colossi. Here we go. Rostok is going to be pushing forward finally, but it feels like this push may just be too little too late. I mean, there's still a lot of potential, don't get me wrong. Like the Colossi, the Archons, they do well against Lings. But it's not just about the Lings anymore. Now it's about the Ultras. So Eba, he can still pull this off. At the same time, 29 probes did go down across the map. We're looking for the engage. We're diving on forward here, trying to close that distance. We do yoink one of the Colossus, but we're running out of steam. We're running out of Lings. The Colossus does barely go down. And now it's Ultras against Colossus. When it looks like the Ultras are breaking on through, they take down 2 Colossi, and Eba, he's fighting back. He's cleaning this up, just barely forces us back, and we're down to 1. We're down to 1 Colossus remaining. Behind this, ooh, this Zealot counterattack did do a lot of damage. 13 drones went down here at the 4th base. Rostok breaking on through, getting on top of this mineral line. But his army is lacking. Still has that 1 Colossus, and he's gonna get surrounded. Oh god. Barely does get saved. But it does go down in the end. And Rostok, he's running out of steam, running out of units. Had a good start, don't get me wrong. Had a very nice start. But it feels like he did miss his window of opportunity. Again, there was that one big moment where he lost 11 Stalkers and his sentries. When Rostok did overextend, did kind of come in prematurely, and with that, Eba was able to take control of the game. Ultras waddling on in. The center base is going to be going down. The 3rd base as well. And there's just nothing here. There's 1 Immortal. There's a couple of Archons. Oh no. 1 Archon goes down. And GG is going to get called. Eba taking game number 1. Whew. GG. GG. Well played. Eba does take the first game, though. Not the easiest game, though. It was a little bit back and forth. Things got a little bit rowdy. They kind of got a little bit rowdy between our players here, and in the end, Eba was able to bring it back. But Rostok definitely had his moments as well, and I want to believe that we can force an ace match here. I want to believe that we can go all the way to game number 3, but it's not going to be on me. It's going to be on... It's going to be on Rostok. As we are getting things ready, as we are getting things set up on site Delta. Game number 2. Meanwhile, I hope everyone has been enjoying themselves. Hope everyone has been having a great weekend. We've been quite busy here. Like I'm still a little bit drained from casting yesterday, from covering the DreamHack Atlanta ESL Masters Winter. It was haven't been able to sleep amazingly, unfortunately. So yeah, we'll be fine. I do think that because today we have 2 broadcasts. We're covering Sparkling Tuna Cup, and we're also covering an event later on, the Euro Cup, the finals of the Euro Cup, right after this. But I think I'm just gonna go straight to bed afterwards. I don't know if I can stay up for DreamHack. I don't know. It's, oh my god, it's just been intense weekend of StarCraft. It's been quite a bit. here we go. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of side Delta, we have the red Protoss player representing CSO Esports from the land of Ukraine. It is Rostok. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Zerg player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Eva. Eva. But from here, we are going to be, settling into this. Eva going to be going for a hatch gas pool. Going to be going for a hatch gas pool opener. Standard opener here this time from Eva. Thankfully, remember the initial opener was a little bit lackluster. It left a little bit to be desired when it came to going for the hatch block, because it wasn't even a hatch block. It was weird. It wasn't a hatch block. It wasn't like a hatchery as a part of the wall either. It was just there. It was I was so baffled by what was happening before my eyes. I didn't even know what to say. I was like, I guess we have a hatchery here, and I guess it's going down, and I guess it's not worth it. And I don't think it was worth it in the end. But you know, Eva was able to come back. Rostok overextending at times, and yeah, we were able to finish up that first game with the win for Eva. But where do we go from here? For now, again, a much more standard opener from our Zerg player. Likewise, Rostok can also get into his own opener as well. I imagine that Stargate play into Oracles, but we'll see. We'll see kind of what our first tech choice is going to be once the Cybercore finishes up, once the natural base is underway. Oh, meanwhile, oh, wait, what? Why didn't it show up? A big shout to Phaser in the chat, Phaser213, for half a year. Oh my god, thank you so much for subscribing. 6 months in a row, half a year. Thank you. Thank you so much. I do apologize for some reason, unless I missed it. Yeah, the notification didn't go off in game. So I do apologize for that, but thank you. Thank you for resubscribing. Hope you enjoy your emotes. Hope you enjoy your replay packs as well. Join our Discord. Thank you. Thank you. As we are going for a Twilight Council opener instead. Again, this pylon is a little bit closer to the chest here, closer to the main base, so we're going for something a little more aggressive. Now, we are staying in gas. We are staying in gas in the main base, so this looks like a Dark Shrine opener. I'm feeling DTs, but we'll see, because there's no robo with this. There is no robo. We're throwing down additional gateways. It's going to be 3 gates in total. Show us what you got, because I'm curious. I am curious. This is looking like 3-gate glaives. This is looking, yeah, there we go. This is looking like 3-gate glaives. This is going to be leading into a 3rd base. This is a variation without a robotics facility here, so there's no warp prism to reinforce. You just warp in adepts here back at home. Because it's only 3 gateways, it's a very minimal commitment, and we should be using those spare resources to expand into a faster 3rd. That's what at least should be happening. There we go, 3rd base is on the way. Meanwhile, we do have a safety Roach Warren here from Eba. He has recognized, of course, that Warp Gate was not delayed. Recognized it's not a Stargate opener, so we have a sub 4-minute Roach Warren. Again, very safe play here from Eba. He will have Roaches in time for the Adepts, and he should be fine. He should be able to survive against this. Again, it's a very minimal commitment to Glaive Adepts. Lings are on the way, Roaches soon thereafter. Adepts have been spotted. And Eba, he does turn back around. Means are going to be rotating between the bases, spreading as best we can. Lings as well. We are going to be threatening these queens, and there's not enough energy for transitions. Can we get a queen? Oh! After do come into the shade, Lings were lying in wait, though. We will focus down some of these drones. 3 workers will go down. But only 3, and so far a good defense here by Eba. 3 workers, these are acceptable losses for our Zerg player, and now we can go for a big counterattack. Do we have anything at home to defend? We do have 2 sentries, so we can counterattack and we can force out some force fields. Behind this, Rostok is transitioning. We are going for an even stronger gateway. Wait, what? 5 gates on the way. We have an Immortal in production. That's going to be 8 gates in total. And we bust through into the natural base. The Stalker goes down. The Lings, they flood on in as well. The gateways, they're not done yet. We can only warp in 3 units at a time. Good hold position micro here in the middle line. Probes are falling. And this is getting out of control. This is getting too far out of hand. This should not have happened. And we get a full scout. We get eyes on the rest of the gateways. We got eyes on the lack of upgrade on the Twilight Council, which is a little bit more peculiar here. As Lings, they get another probe in the main. 11 in total. Ay. 11 workers do go down. And with that, Eva, he's in a commanding position. He's ahead in economy. Oh, my apologies. He's up 1-0. My apologies for not fixing that. He's ahead in this. He's ahead in economy. He's ahead when it comes to army as well. And yeah, Rostok is going to have to just try to commit. Just going to be doubling down here. Looking like an Immortal Sentry all in. Very Soul Train-esque. There we go. 4 more sentries on the way. No saturation whatsoever here at the 3rd base. It's just all or nothing for Rostok. One way or another, he either kills Eba or Eba holds. Survives. And Rostok dies trying. Here we go. Rostok going to be sending everything across the map. Again, he does have a War Prison to reinforce. It is on the way, soon to meet up with the main army. Things, they do get eyes on the move outs. And what do we have at home to defend? We have a handful of roaches, a handful of ravagers, spine crawlers are repositioning, the queens are being brought forward as well. A pretty solid line of defense, not gonna lie. The prism! No! Ooh, does avoid the biles. Just barely. Decent force, good force fields here, just walling off the army. Dealing with all these Lings to begin with. We do get a warp in. Adepts, they have arrived. Oh, we do catch a queen. That was a lot of sentries though for only a single queen. Not quite worth it there for Rostok. Does get maybe a roach as well. Meanwhile, the army is amassing. More ravagers are on the way. And we are running out of force field energy. That's the scary thing. We have a couple more left. Oh, I think we have 1 or 2 more remaining. Wile's going to be connecting, and there's just not a lot of DPS here. The sentries, they don't really add too much. And it looks like Eba, he's breaking through this army. Getting on top of the sentries, getting on top of the Immortal. And Eba, he will completely shut this down. Again, the Link counterattack sealed the deal. It didn't just deal economic damage, but it also scattered everything in the main base. It confirmed the all-in. That's why we threw down Spine Crawlers. It's why Eba did cut workers here at 55. Aware that all he had to do was survive. And now we can drone. Now, Eba, he can chill. Rostok is forced back. Rostok with barely an economy here. He's going for a robotics bay, a Hail Mary play, most likely for disruptors. Colossi can have their place as well, but, you know, high risk, high reward at this point. The Immortal juggling its heart out. Good control from Rostok, not losing it. But last, I don't know if Rostok can hold on to this base. We do have a couple of force fields. But the Lynx, there's no shield battery, no overcharge. The sentries are going down. The final force field was thrown down as well. Eba is running out of steam. He's losing his roaches. His ravage is looking a little bit exposed. But he's able to break through the gateway army nonetheless. Shield batteries are soon to finish. But they do go down immediately. And again, we're still running out of our buffer zone, so Ravages are getting picked up, but regardless, we are doing enough damage. We're trading well enough as well. The Biles, they connect. Oh. As Rostok is going to be able to chase this back. Behind this, Eba, he's been able to drone up to 67. Remember, he cut workers at 55 for the previous defense. Now he's droning up to 67. Focusing on his Roach Link production. He's got Baneling speed on the way, +1 range as well, so this should be Link Bane Roach Ravager as the composition of choice. Rostok still just trying to stumble his way into the mid game. I assumed it would be Disruptor, but no, it's going to be Colossus. It's not a bad choice here, but again, just because of the deficit that Rostok has, if we were to imagine a way to come back in this game, a Colossus doesn't quite cut it. Not one, at least. But yeah, we're gonna need a lot more where that came lot more. As Eva is going to be knocking down these rocks, getting ready to push out. Here we go, Eva on the cusp of maxing out here at 174 supply. We got roaches, we got lings, we got bailings, plus on range about to kick in a couple of seconds. And now then we can go for the kill. Rostok trying to get this fourth base up and running. If he can somehow survive this, then he can recover economically by taking this fourth. This is true. But he has to survive. That's easier said than done. Even with good force fields, the problem is all these Ravagers. Even if the force fields are thrown down, we can file them down and connect anyway. As if on cue, there we go, the force fields, they get knocked down. GG gets called, the Baileys, they crash into the mineral line, and Eva will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Ooh. And congratulations to Eva as he does take the series 2-0. That was a close one, though. Again, game one could have very much so been in favor of Rostok. We could have seen an ace match there. Big shout out to Rostok, though. Again, he did pose quite a threat to Eva. Here in game two, a little bit less so. Eva was a little bit more in control, but game one definitely had his moments. And with that, Eva will advance on into the rest of the tournament. And we can take this moment to go over the bracket itself. Exclamation mark B. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourself here.